Asylum Demon. The Asylum Demon is a lesser demon spawned from the Bed of Chaos, created when the Witch of Islith tried to recreate the first flame using her Lord Soul. Unlike many of its kin who perished in Gwyn's war, it survived and escaped the ruins of Islith, carrying its massive demon's great hammer forged from stone archtrees. It wandered Lordran until it claimed the Northern Undead Asylum, where undead were imprisoned for eternity. There, it became both jailer and executioner, the first monumental trial for the chosen undead. Stray Demon. Beneath the Northern Undead Asylum dwells the Stray Demon, akin to the Asylum Demon and the demon Firesage. Similar in form with scales, wings, a tail, and horn-like growths, it is distinguished by its ability to wield a catalyst, channeling destructive magic. Hidden away, it serves as a grim reminder of how far the Chaos Demons spread beyond Islith. Taurus Demon. The Taurus Demons are towering, minotaur-like beasts covered in fur, wielding massive great axes carved from demon bones. Born from the Bed of Chaos, some survived Gwyn's purge and escaped Islith. One such demon found its way to the ramparts of the Undead Burg, claiming it as its territory. Here, it serves as a brutal trial for undead seeking the Bell of Awakening, Bell Gargoyles. High atop the undead parish waits the Bell Gargoyles, stone guardians brought to life by the gods. Wielding bronze halberds, shields, and even breathing fire and lightning, they embody divine craftsmanship and power. One descends first, with another joining midway, testing the resolve of challengers. Created to guard the Bell of Awakening after Gwyn's sacrifice, they represent the gods' will. Only those who can defeat them are deemed worthy to proceed towards Sen's fortress. Capra Demon. The Capra Demon is a horned beast with glowing red eyes, carrying twin demon great machetes of cast iron. Born of the Bed of Chaos, it too survived the Silver Knight's crusade and escaped Islith. One such demon made its lair in the lower Undead Burg, where it even controlled attack dogs to aid its ambushes. Though other Capra demons remained in the demon ruins, this one turned a ruined alleyway into its domain, forcing the chosen undead into a desperate fight within suffocating walls. Gaping Dragon. The Gaping Dragon is a descendant of the primordial dragons, but unlike its ancestors, it was twisted by hunger. Once proud, it devolved into an abomination. Its ribcage split into a massive, vertical maw, lined with jagged teeth, while its head shrank to a stub. It survived the Dragon War and hid deep in the depths, near the gates of Blighttown. There it feasted endlessly, warped by greed and gluttony. It even devoured the key meant to separate the depths from Blighttown, forever tying itself to corruption and decay. Chaos Witch, Quelaag. Daughter of the Witch of Islith, was consumed by the Chaos Flame and fused into a half-woman, half-spider demon. Alongside her sickly sister, the Fair Lady, she remained near the ruins of Islith, turning her lair into Quelaag's domain. Together, they bred demon insects, feeding them humanity offered by those who worshipped them. When a blight struck, her sister absorbed its pus to save the infected, leaving herself weakened and blind. Quelaag became both guardian and hunter, slaying undead to harvest their humanity to sustain her sister. Moonlight Butterfly. The Moonlight Butterfly drifts above the Darkroot Garden, a crystalline sorcery construct created by Seath the Scaleless. With glowing wings infused with moonlight magic and crystal power, it was designed as a living weapon. Though some of its kind still reside peacefully in the Crystal Cave, this one left its birthplace and now defends the garden. Great Grey Wolf. Sif, the Great Grey Wolf, was the loyal companion of Knight Artorias. When Artorias faced Manus and the Spreading Abyss, he was gravely wounded but shielded Sif with his great shield, sparing the wolf from corruption. After his death, Sif inherited Artorias' greatsword and his duty. Found in Darkroot Garden, Sif guards his master's grave, fighting fiercely to protect the ring that allows passage into the abyss. Iron Golem. At the summit of Sen's fortress stands the Iron Golem, a towering construct forged by the gods. Animated by a core made from the bones of an ancient dragon, built to guard the entrance to Anor Londo, it serves as the final trial of the fortress. Countless undead have perished at its hands, for only those strong enough to topple the golem may ascend to the city of the gods. Ornstein and Smough. Guarding the Cathedral of Anor Londo are Dragonslayer Ornstein and Executioner Smough. Ornstein, captain of Gwyn's 4 knights, wields his lightning spear with deadly speed. Smough, the royal executioner, wields a massive hammer. Together, they ensure that only the strongest reach Guinevere and claim the Lord Vessel. Should one fall, the other absorbs his power, continuing the battle with renewed strength. They are the gods' final test for any undead daring to follow in Gwyn's footsteps. Dark Sun Gwyndolin. The lastborn of Gwyn, Gwyndolin was raised as a daughter due to his strong moon affinity and repulsive appearance. Gifted the reversal ring, he lived as a goddess of the dark moon. After Gwyn linked the first flame and the gods abandoned Anor Londo, Gwyndolin remained, sustaining the illusion of Guinevere to preserve order. From the shadows of Gwyn's tomb, he led the Blade of the Dark Moon Covenant, punishing sinners and hunting those who defied the gods. Crossbreed Priscilla. Priscilla is a half-dragon crossbreed, most likely the child of Seath and an unknown mother. Feared by the gods for her occult powers and life hunt ability, she was branded a taboo and exiled. Sealed within the painted world of Ariamis, she lives in isolation, guarding what became a prison for abominations and dangerous artifacts. Pale, soft-spoken, and wielding her deadly life hunt scythe, she seeks only peace, asking intruders to leave quietly. Yet her very existence is proof of the gods' fear, a gentle being hidden away because of the power she carried. Seath the Scaleless. Seath was a malformed descendant of the everlasting dragons, born without the scales that made his kin immortal. Out of envy, he betrayed them, allying with Gwyn and revealing their weakness to lightning. Rewarded with a dukedom, a fragment of Gwyn's Lord Soul, and the vast archives, he devoted himself to the pursuit of immortality. Stealing the primordial crystal, he bound his soul to it, achieving deathless existence but at the cost of his sanity. His experiments warped maidens into Pisaka, created moonlight butterflies, and spread crystal corruption throughout his domain. Though he attained his goal, he was left hollow, a mad dragon consumed by obsession. Pinwheel. In the catacombs dwells Pinwheel, a necromancer composed of 3 fused bodies, father, mother, and child, wearing masks that reflect each role. Once servants of Nito, they learned necromancy and pyromancy, imitating their master's form. At some point, one of them stole the rite of kindling, granting the ability to draw more Estus from bonfires. With an army of skeletons and necromancers, they seized control of the catacombs, spreading death through their dark art. Gravelord Nito, the first of the dead, was one of the 4 who found the Lord's souls. His body of countless bones became the vessel of death itself, unleashing miasma that rotted dragons and claimed life during the war. After the victory, he retreated to the Tomb of the Giants, where he presided over death and shared his power with servants. His covenant, the Gravelord servants, spread disaster across worlds using eyes of death. When the chosen undead arrives, even death itself must be defeated. 4 kings. The rulers of New Lundo were once wise human kings granted a fragment of Gwyn's Lord Soul, but when Koth tempted them with life drain, they fell to the abyss. Their knights became dark wraiths, draining humanity and spreading corruption, until the entire city was swallowed by darkness. To contain the threat, the gods flooded New Lundo, drowning countless innocents. Deep within the abyss, the 4 kings endure as twisted specters, wielding their cursed blades. Ceaseless Discharge. He was the only son of the Witch of Izalith, born with a deformed body constantly burning from lava sores. To ease his suffering, his sisters gave him a magical ring. But when Izalith's flame of chaos consumed their city, he transformed into a demon, dropping the ring in the process. From that very spot, the Centipede Demon was born. Ceaseless survived the gods' war on demons and remained in the ruins, guarding the corpse of his sister. His body continued to pour lava into the ruins, his torment unending until the chosen undead finally released him from suffering. Demon Firesage. The demon Firesage is one of the earliest stable demons born after Izalith's flame of chaos was controlled. Unlike Ceaseless, its body was defined, its flame steady, and it retained knowledge of primordial fire sorceries. After the fall, one such Firesage survived the god's purge, wielding the demon's catalyst and guarding the ruins of its home. Centipede Demon. Born from the very spot where Ceaseless dropped the orange charred ring, the Centipede Demon is a grotesque parasite, its body made of multiple centipede heads sprouting from limbs, back, and tail. Its writhing form spits fire and ensnares prey, while its corpse grants the orange charred ring once more, allowing passage through lava. Though chaotic and monstrous, it is directly tied to Izalith's tragic flame, a living consequence of Chaos's instability. Bed of Chaos. The Bed of Chaos is the Witch of Izalith herself, transformed into a massive, gnarled tree after attempting to recreate the first flame. Her failure birthed the Flame of Chaos and all demons, warping her and her daughters beyond recognition. At the core of the tree lies the witch's withered body, still alive yet powerless. To destroy the bed is to extinguish the root of demonkind, a tragic end to a once proud lord who sought to preserve the flame, only to be consumed by her own ambition. Gwyn, Lord of Cinder, found the greatest Lord Soul and led the war against the dragons with lightning spears, while his allies Izalith and Nito wielded firestorms and miasma. Victorious, Gwyn built Anor Lundo and began the Age of Fire. But when the flame waned, he chose to sacrifice himself, linking the first flame to extend its life. His knights were burned to ash, and Gwyn himself was reduced to a hollow husk wreathed in fire. In the kiln of the first flame, he fights desperately to defend the dying age he created. His fall marks the moment when the chosen undead must choose to continue the Age of Fire or usher in the Age of Dark. Sanctuary Guardian. The Sanctuary Guardian, a fusion of lion, goat, bird, and scorpion, was created by Ulukai's sorcerers through unnatural manipulation of souls and life. It guards the Sanctuary Garden. Though not born of chaos, its unnatural creation mirrors the demons of Izalith. Knight Artorias. Artorias the Abyss Walker was one of Gwyn's 4 knights, famed for his skill and unbreakable will. Sent to combat the Abyss after the fall of New Londo, he forged a covenant with the creatures of the Abyss, gaining a ring that let him traverse its darkness but cursed his greatsword. When Manus awoke beneath Ulakil, spreading the Abyss, Artorias confronted him, but was defeated. With his arm shattered, he used his shield to protect his companion Sif before succumbing to corruption. When the chosen undead meets him, he is already lost, a once proud knight reduced to a beastly shell of darkness. Manus, father of the Abyss. Manus was once a primordial man of Ulakil, his humanity vast and powerful. Manipulated by Katha's influence, the people of Ulakil disturbed his grave, resurrecting him. Awakened to find his precious pendant gone, Manus fell into madness, his dark soul spiraling out of control until he became the father of the Abyss. His humanity overflowed, corrupting Ulakil's people into twisted forms and generating humanity phantoms. He kidnapped Princess Dusk and spread darkness across the land. In the chasm of the Abyss, he wields his crude catalyst and monstrous arm, embodying both the strength and ruin of unchecked humanity. Black Dragon Kalameet. Kalameet, a descendant of the ancient dragons, was unlike any of his kin. His obsidian hide rendered him resistant even to lightning, and his single glowing eye cursed foes with the power of calamity, doubling their suffering. When confronted, he soars with black fire until Hawkeye Guff shoots him from the sky, allowing the chosen undead to face him directly. Kalameet endures as one of the last true dragons, unmatched in might, a living reminder of the power that once ruled the world. If you liked this video, please consider subscribing. I create gaming lore videos and there's plenty more on the way.